What's up, everybody? Back at you again with another video. Today we're talking about Honda and their hybrid cars. So as we know, in the USA we have the Honda Insight, which is basically a 10th gen Civic with a slightly different body. And with the 11th gen, we would expect that we would get like another Insight, but instead we are likely going to get a Civic Hybrid again, and the Insight will probably get discontinued. So in Europe, Honda has revealed the Honda Civic HEV Hybrid, which is going to go on sale pretty soon, and we're just going to go over the changes and also what we can expect for the North American market. So going over the exterior, it's basically the Honda Civic hatchback. There's not too many changes here, so I'm not going to go over them. It looks like we're going to get the Sport and the Sport Touring variants, just like we do in the USA as well. Exterior changes are basically a revised rear bumper, concealed exhaust outlets, as well as blue accents on the Honda badges. And let's go on to the interior. A lot of the same fare of what you would see in a Honda Civic hatch, as I said before. There are a few differences though. The conventional shifter is replaced with a push button setup. There's a power flow display on the 9-inch touchscreen, and there's also a hybrid system information on the 10-inch digital cluster that you get in the car as well. A couple more differences with the interior. I also saw heated steering wheel as well, and it also seems that we also get a panoramic sunroof as well. And that's something that the Acura Integra gets, which is hilariously funny and also kind of sad in my opinion. But moving on, let's get on to the performance, because that's where the meat and potatoes of this car is, as an old white person would say. So it sees the new deployment of a 72 cell lithium ion battery, and you also get two small motors attached to it. It's still probably going to be front wheel drive, and they also upgraded the engine here. Previous was the 1.5 that we would get in the Insight, but now we get a new 2-liter engine, direct injection on the Atkinson cycle. We also get, with the electric motors, it's going to deliver 181 horsepower, slightly more than the Civic Hatch 1.5 Turbo, and we also get 232 pound-feet of torque, which is a significant difference between the 1.5 Civic EX or whatever, and also a Civic Si as well, which says something about how underpowered that is. But moving on, this is going to be one of the most thermal efficient cars in the industry at 41%, and the engine is controlled by a compact power control unit, which sits under the hood as well. Under the rear seats, it's also going to be the latest version of intelligent power unit, and it's going to be smaller and lighter than the previous model, and it's going to benefit from increased energy density. And Honda says that this system is going to deliver instant torque, as we would expect with a hybrid, and offering outstanding efficiency, as you would expect with a hybrid. Honda also did mention that they also added some noise NVH features, which is going to help with noise reduction. So it's going to be a pretty quiet ride, probably similar to what you would get out of an Integra or something. But this engine is going to put out 47 mpg in the European WLTP cycle. Honda wasn't really clear on whether it was highway, city. Generally, city in hybrids is higher than the highway, so I'm going to assume this is 47 city. The system is going to be capable of switching between EV, hybrid, and engine with no input from the driver, so that means you're not going to be able to switch modes based on what you want, but you do get to change the modes. Eco, normal, sport, and a new individual mode, which is something that the Integra doesn't have standard. Sorry, I'm a bit salty about that still. You also get a fixed gear transmission, which is going to minimize mechanical friction, and is controlled by the power unit, which is going to help optimize the vehicle in certain driving situations. You're going to have your Honda sensing standard, so that's going to include things like lane keep, adaptive cruise control, traffic sign recognition, and a bunch of other stuff. So this just makes a lot of sense for Honda in my opinion, because last year Honda sold 19,431 Insights. Meanwhile, something like the Prius sold 59,010 units. And I think changing the Insight to a Civic, which is basically what it is, helps bring that brand recognition. And it'll help customers, because I'm sure many customers are like, I want a Civic, but I want a hybrid. And this is what it's going to offer. Unlike the Insight, where they're just not going to be as attracted to that vehicle just because of the name, because it's an Insight. However, I do have one potential concern about this vehicle, and that's going to be the pricing. So as we know, the current Insight comes in two trims. As a sedan, the EX is going to be $25,760. For reference, a 2021 Civic EX is $24,400. And I just fear that the Insight will be a major price jump. And we could probably we know there's going to be a major price jump because the Civic Hatch EX or EXL is $27,050. And when we looked at the previous two cars, the previous Insight and the previous Civic, there's about a 6% price increase for the two models. So we can say that the hatch will be about $28,673, which is more than the starting price of an Accord Hybrid at $27,320. And you can also get an Accord Sport Hybrid for $30,670. So I fear that Honda might price customers out of the vehicle. If we look at the Toyota Prius, that starts from about $24,625. And that's going to be a significant price jump over that. But other than that, we know it's going to be good because it's going to have the hatch storing, which the Prius offers. And it'll likely be a great car. That extra torque will probably make it faster than like an SI or even the Integra. Because we do know that the Accord Hybrid gets about 6.7 seconds 0 to 60. It just looks to be a great package overall. So I am happy that Honda has decided to bring the Insight over here. And I would probably pick it over the normal Civics if price wasn't a factor. So that's just my opinion. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe down below. And I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.